The decision about whether to list clients on your website or in any other promotional materials, or to ask for testimonials and use those in promotional materials, is a very interesting discussion, which I was a part of earlier today on Ari Kaplan's virtual lunch. If you don't know Ari, you should. If you haven't attended the virtual lunch, you might find it as interesting as I do. But I want to talk about that because we're looking at two different things: listing client names on one's website or in other places, or having testimonials from clients. And I think we need to talk about those because there are different nuances to them. Well, welcome to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. I'm your host, Nancy Myrland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor specializing in content, social, and digital media, as well as personal branding for lawyers. Your time is valuable, so let's get started, okay? Well, part of this discussion was about, and we talked about a couple different things, and that was number one, whether or not when people ask for references, a client asks for references, do you give them names of your current or former clients? And are you allowed to do that? And then there is the matter of listing clients on your website or in other promotional materials. And the one very obvious caveat here is if you live in a jurisdiction that does not allow you to use testimonials, then no, don't do that. That one's easy. Let's pretend that they do. And the question is, do you list all of these sorts of things? Do you provide those names? I come from a school of extreme confidentiality, probably because I started in-house, and Jerry Jenkins, our ethics lawyer, made sure that we understood that client confidentiality was everything. And so it is to me. Does that mean that I am hurting myself? Because a lot of my colleagues do actually list their clients on their websites and in other promotional materials. Perhaps. But what this gets to is the following, and that is that it puts the responsibility on all of us. And so this is my message to you. This puts the responsibility on all of us to make sure that our brains and our body of work speak for us, because what we know is that most people will do research about us before they ever contact us. And research might look like a couple different things. It might mean they're talking to their peers. It might mean they're on a listserv with their colleagues and they're talking about the kind of work that you do. And so names get passed back and forth. It might mean that they go to whatever, Google is the most common, but whatever search engine they use, and they just search for you, or they search for this topic, your topic, and they see what comes up. And the other is perhaps they go to LinkedIn and check you out, or they just go to whatever their social media site is generally, or your blog, whatever it is. There's so many different places they can search. And so what that means is that all the way, so let's start with your profile and your bios everywhere, whether it's your website or it's on social media, along with blogging and any other content that you have created that helps people understand how you think and what your thought processes are and what the depth and extent of your knowledge is in areas that they care about. That is going to begin to set up credibility for you so that people are less inclined or have less of a need to say, all right, I need to know who you're working with, or I need to see testimonials, or what size of firms do you work with? Because what happens is that if your body of work, your content exists out there that helps them understand that before they ever contact you, and again, they'll do 60% of their research before they ever contact you. And I know that's just an average. That may or may not be the case in your situation. Then the pressure is off and the friction is removed a bit so that you have sold yourself before you ever have a conversation with them. It puts the responsibility on you to make sure that you are fully represented out there, and I'm doing air quotes around out there digitally, so that you speak for yourself when they are looking for you, and that they can find you at the hour of the day, the hour and the minute of the day that is most convenient for them. And then the pressure is off so that people are less inclined to say, all right, I need testimonials, or I'm going to go looking for testimonials. And you know what? When your name is mentioned among their colleagues and they say, oh yeah, I've researched them, and yeah, I've seen their work, I get it. So there's another credibility builder. So my recommendation for you is to not stress so much over making sure that you have amazing recommendations from people that are shown on all of your sites, but to make sure that you have laid the groundwork so that you are earning the trust and gaining the credibility that you need to do what you need to do to build your practice. Again, I know these are very closely related, related. But my recommendation to you is just to make sure that you're paving the way, you're removing the friction, you are doing whatever you can do to help people understand that you exist, that you have knowledge, that you're able to help the people that you help, and you're just on a regular basis creating content. And this may be just a comment on social media. It doesn't mean any massive blog post or podcast like this or videos. It can just mean the comments that you're making regularly on social and digital media. Those sorts of things are what help people realize that they are making a smart decision when they either choose you or they put you into the mix of people they want to consider. Let me know your thoughts about this. I know it's kind of an interesting topic, and again, there's overlap and they are so closely related that you might have some thoughts that you want to share with me, and you know I always love that. Well, that's it for today's Legal Marketing Minutes. Please do me a favor, like I said, and leave me a comment, or if you'd rather email me privately, if you don't like to comment publicly, that's all right. Then you can just email me at nancy@myrlandmarketing.com, and that's MYRLAND marketing.com. If not, you can always find me on my blog at myrlandmarketing.com, which is MYRLAND marketing.com. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate you spending a few of your legal marketing minutes with me. All right, take care. Until next time, I'm Nancy Myrland.